I didn't do too much of an update the other day when I brought this golf cart home. It was raining and it was late, so I figured I'd do one later. But this is it, and it's a 75 GC300 Cushman Golfcart electric. GC400 is a four-wheeler, which I'll get into a little bit later. Anyway, like I was talking about, the body is not aluminum, it's fiberglass and steel. There isn't any rust on it, it's really solid. The battery compartment, and I'll open up that area a little bit later, it's solid. Steering is good, for what I know, for what I steered around being towed around his backyard. Brakes and things work. The only problem I had is I couldn't get this thing off the cart. It seems like the wheel's locked up. Good thing and bad thing. The bad thing is could be in a motor lockup or differential or brake component stuck. I don't think it has brakes per se as a car. I have to look at that later. We'll talk about that. But it might have a locking mechanism for towing. When these things towed on when they brought them into the dealership and stuff for towing, for one reason or other, they wanted to lock up, and somewhere either a mechanical or possibly electrical lockup on this thing. So I had to figure out how to unlock that, how to release it. Worst things worse, maybe the motor locked up, or maybe the differential did, but I really don't think so. There isn't, the bad thing if you're ever going to get one of these things is there is not any information on it. You can't find manuals that easy, even though they did make this series quite a number of years. This is a 75. They just don't seem to be available. I don't think that people back then worked on their own vehicles. I only took them into the shop. Obviously, they were mostly used for gas, and people that could afford them probably weren't the type that were going to tinker around with their carts in the backyard. So, anyway, let's get on with it. Like I said, it's a three-wheeler. It's got good tires on the Carlisle tires. This back panel here is fiberglass, and it sits over the back here. Those couple protrusions up there, that's for storing the golf bag. I don't really like that, but what I'll do is I'm kind of put together some sort of a back section and carpet it, probably 3/4 inch plywood carpeting. Okay, on the inside, it's powered by a GE electric motor. I'm looking at some stuff online that's probably a 2 horsepower, which is sufficient for this. The thing goes about, let's say top speed of 25 miles an hour. They're very simplistic, so they don't seem like they're going to be an issue to work on them. Parts are hard to find and expensive. So, a motor like that may be easy to find, but it may cost $250 to $500 for one, replace one. That's the controller assembly there. I don't even know what all the parts are called. I wish I could find some sort of schematic or picture or something that would point out what I'm talking about. I don't really know. As I said before, the battery compartment is solid. Back down there, that's not, that's wood, that's steel. And the differential is, looks pretty close to that what you find on a garden tractor. Okay, that white button there, that's what releases the brakes. That's what the hole's up there for. When a person will sit on the seat, it'll activate that that button will cause the brakes to release, and you can roll the vehicle back and forth. In its current position, it locks them up, which is probably my problem. Something got locked in there. So I'm probably going to have to disassemble some of this and try to free it up and see if that's what it is. If the motor turns and differential turns, then I'm in shape. Okay. Otherwise, my next alternative would be to put in a horsepower, motor. Most, or a lot of these that I've seen that have been done, they've been using a 6.5 horse Predator that they sell at Harbor Freight. Powers these things fine. Some of these conversions take a matter of a day, others to I've seen it up to 6 weeks before 6 months before they work the bugs out. The only thing that kind of troubles me a bit is, as you can see, this motor here, or this this electric motor here, is on an angle, and that's going to be a problem mounting an electric or a gas engine like with something like that. Unless I can rotate that different. I probably can't. I think I'd have to rotate it. I was thinking of rotating it by putting spacers and leveling off the differential, but then that means that that drive shaft there would be hitting the frame. So I don't know. Something I'll be looking into. One thing about it, this area here up north, these things aren't as available as they are down south because, well, the golf season here is maybe lucky you can get 5 months out of it. So, especially something back then, golf carts were used for golfing, and so only that people that had these were the actual golf courses that ran them out, and people that had money that can buy their own. And even if they did buy their own, they'd have to transport it some way, so usually they were rented. So down south, you can get one of these, even a newer one, the four-wheeler job, for about $200 with batteries and everything, which is a pretty good deal. Out here, they're harder to find. So what I'll be doing is trying to figure out why I can't release those wheels. And the next step would be to hook up a 36 volts of electricity to it and see if it dries. If it does that, then at that point I'll stop and work on the body, and it'll be a nice winter project. Now for the, I consider not too good of a news. I bought this thing really to not to use at the campground too much, but to driving on the town streets. They have an ordinance which they allow golf carts on the street. What I didn't know is that, which my neighbor pointed out, is that three-wheel carts aren't allowed on the street. Only four-wheel carts. I can't figure that out, why they would do something like that, because, I mean, this is a Cushman cart. Cushman has been made three-wheel carts for years. They've been used by police departments, meter maids for ticketing automobiles. They've been used in parks. They've been used to as ice cream carts, mail carts. So it kind of doesn't make sense why a three-wheel cart would be outlawed. Doesn't seem to pose any safety problem. Of course, it would have to have a full amount of lights and brake lights and things on, and so I kind of put a damper on things. I really wasn't too happy about that. So I'll have to see. I might try to challenge that ordinance in town. It doesn't make sense to me. At least they need to give me a good reason why a three-wheel cart wouldn't be allowed on the streets. There's three-wheel motorcycles, there's three-wheel scooters on the street. I've seen quite a few of these three-wheeler scooters on the street. There's the reverse scooters now with the two wheels steering in front and the one wheel on the back. So these things are all driving around here, so I don't know why they kind of outlaw this type of cart. Anyway, it's going to be a fun project. I'm hoping to get this thing driving soon, and then spend the rest of the winter or the fall working on the body and painting it and getting it ready for next spring, or warmer weather. With the winter we had last year, I could have been driving this thing around all year round. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching and for your comments, and I really appreciate it. More videos will be coming soon. The reason why I haven't been putting on it, I lost a lot of them due to the problem with version 10. I use Movie Maker as my editor, and version 10 doesn't work in version 10 anymore. I had to go back to version 8, so lost a lot of videos. All right, well, thanks again. Bye.